operations. Now the same thing applies to this day. I was off the coast of Guinea, French Guiana, a few years ago, and we had to do a helicopter operation. That was an interesting deal. That one was for real, and it wasn't a drill. And French Coast Guard sent out a 6 years of experience at sea would know not to stick your hand into a running line.
No.
But he, you know, it worked out okay for him. He got an awful lot of sympathy from the female personnel, so maybe he knew what he was doing.
Yeah. I was on a tin can.
Yes.
Does this refuel at sea also?
Yes, this was capable
Okay.
of refueling at sea. As a matter of fact, we refueled at sea. I participated in it was interesting. Now, I'm not a line officer. I'm not a deck officer. I'm a technical ship, ma'am. You may want to redial. Okay, any other questions, folks?
I did happen to be out with the Iowa when I was on a helicopter squadron on the USS Yorktown. We did some operations down around Honduras and in the Caribbean. Go ahead.
Fine business. What's your location again?
Yeah, my TTH is in Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is KE6WZ operating the NI6BD.
Thanks a lot. What's your name and your call sign again?
Name is Steve. Call sign is KE6WEZ. Kilo Echo 6, Whiskey Echo Zulu.
Roger, I won't hold you back, Steve, because I know you guys are very, very busy. Great making contact with the Iowa again. 73 shipmates and have a good time making all the contacts and passing it around. And I6CB is this Kilo Yankee 2 Papa.
Thank you. Jump in there.
This is November India 6 Bravo Bravo aboard the USS Iowa. I'll take the next caller. Go ahead.
Kilo Charlie 5, Lima X-Ray Delta. Romeo Gold.
Let me have the Lima X-Ray Delta.
Kilo Charlie 5, Lima X-Ray Delta. Name here is Ty, Tango Yankee in Portland, Texas. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Ty. I'll get your location again. We're here at the San Pedro Harbor, California location of the USS Iowa. My personal call sign is Whiskey India 6 Oscar, WI60. And my name is John. I'm with the tour group here. We're getting to see this enormous battleship.
Good deal, John. Good deal. Name is Ty again, located in Portland, Texas. We're actually across the water from the USS Lexington.
Interesting, and we're enjoying a beautiful day here. I'm hoping your weather's good in Texas.
Weather's great. We got a nice. All right, John, I'll let you go. There's a lot of guys out there trying to contact y'all. So I'll say 73, and you have a good day.
Yes, thank you very much, Ty. Good day to you. I'm giving you a 5-7 signal report. Very good audio. And I will now take the next station. Thank you very much.
Whiskey Alpha 2. Thank you. This is Whiskey Alpha 2, Tango India Yankee. Name is Bob.
WI60, operating the November India 6 Bravo Bravo station aboard the USS Iowa. And I'll take a signal report from you. Go ahead.
Okay, very good. We'll copy you about a 5859 into Brooklyn, New York. Very nice, strong signal this afternoon. So the weather here is not too bad. It's about 51, 52 degrees. And it's supposed to get cold this coming week, but we're having a nice little respite from the harsh winter we're having this year.
Oh, that's good. Yes, I know about your harsh winter. Your area and most all of the eastern. This is Whiskey India 6 Oscar aboard November India 6 Bravo Bravo.
Go ahead.
Okay, what was the name again?
The handle is Jim.
Okay, Okay, Jim, WA6 Iowa. Okay, real time. Well, have fun, and Port Mini Station. Thank you for picking me up and working me as well. NI6BB from WA5DTK 73.
Okay, 73 Barry, next station.
Kilo Alpha Whiskey 5, India Fox November.
Okay, India Fox November, go. Give me the full call letters again.
Yeah, this is Whiskey 5, India Foxtrot November, W5IFN. The name is Harold, Hotel Alpha Romeo Oscar Lima Delta, and my QTH is in Norman, Oklahoma. And for the benefit of the doubt, U.S. Navy retired Senior Chief Radioman here.
Oh, well, that's great, Harold. This is November India 6 Baker, and my personal call is W Alpha 6 November X-Ray Kilo. Handle is Jim, Jake, and Mary. We're on the Iowa, of course. And your rank in the Navy was, Harold, what?
I was a radioman. I retired 1991 as a Senior Chief EA4.
Okay, EA4. Well, fantastic. So you know what the radio room's all about here. So we're first time in the radio room here on the Iowa, and in back of me there's about another 20 hams, and you know you get 20 hams together, and it's awful noisy. A lot of QR Mary in back of me here, but your signal is really 5x9. You're banging it here really strong there, Harold.
India 6 Baker from Whiskey 5, India Fox November 73.
73 is Harold, next station.
KD0NRN. Rock like on the Flintstones. Ssarc, Iowa is a little northeast of Waterloo, where they make John Deere tractors. And I'm going to give you about a 5x8 signal report, Jim. It's a pleasure to work another Jim, and it's a pleasure to work in Battleship, Iowa. Over.
Okay, fantastic. Shell Rock. Now that I understood it, your signal picked up and I understood Shell Rock. But the first time I heard it was something I couldn't pronounce. Well, Jim, very, very good. Let me see. We're going to probably be turning it over to who's next over here, you guys. Anyway, my home station is WA6 Nancy X-Ray Kilo in Simi Valley. And I'm going to be turning the mic over to someone else. Anybody want the mic? We got 20 hams here, and I can't get any of them on the mic. Okay.
I'll try.
All right, you're up. I'm going to turn the mic over to one fellow here, and he'll close it up for us. Okay. So, Gordon, this is Jim turning over the mic.
Hello, Gordon. My name's Jay, AG6JF from Simi Valley. I see you're from Norman, Oklahoma. And how are you today?
I seem to be doing fairly well, Jay. Yeah, I didn't get your call sign at home, but anyway. I'll let you guys go, because surely there's somebody else waiting to talk to the Iowa. Happy days and stay cool. Is it Nancy, Italy 6, Boston, Baker, or Boston Rocky? I'm not sure about that. 73, fellas, happy days, W5, Oliver's ugly.
Good deal, Gordon. Good talking to you. Have a fine day. We'll open it up for the next traffic. Victor Yankee Charlie Alpha Kilo. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks a lot there. This is Victor Yankee 2, Charlie Alpha Kilo. Victor Yankee 2, Charlie Alpha Kilo. Located in Prince Edward Island, Eastern Canada. Prince Edward Island, East Canada. Name Darren, Delta Alpha Radio, India November, Darren. And your signal report is 5x8. 5x8, November, India 6, Bravo, Bravo. Victor Yankee 2, Charlie Alpha Kilo.
Victor Yankee 2, Charlie Alpha Kilo. Darren. I know you're in Canada there, Darren. I didn't quite pick up the city that you're at, though. And I've got you here at a S9 and a 5.9. Sounds really, really good. My name is Jay. Alpha Golf 6 Juliet Foxtrot is my call sign. I'm from Simi Valley, California, okay?
Prince Edward maritime province here, eastern Canada, near Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. Located near the capital city of Charlottetown, if you look on your computer. Anyway, there's many people who want to make contact with the Battleship Iowa. So we're called it. Nice to hear you from that locale. November, India 6, Bravo, Bravo. Victor Yankee 2, Charlie Alpha Kilo, Prince Edward Island.
Very good, Darren. Victor Yankee 2, Charlie Alpha Kilo. This is AG6JF aboard the USS Iowa, the NI-6BB. Good talking to you. Have a fine day.
All right, well, we're here at the USS Iowa, again with the Simi Settlers Tour here, and they've been kind enough to let us operate the radio station, so appreciate the contact. NI-6BB, back to you, Seth.
NI-6BB, this is N3 USL, and lots all you so.
Are you ready?
No, whatever you guys want to operate, I will.
I got one of them.
73.
Hey, by the way, Seth, great mobile signal, too. All right, NI-6BB, I'm going to pass the mic here, but I'll take another call. Go ahead. The Sugar Queen Whiskey.
Kilo Bravo 0, Sugar Queen Whiskey. You are 5-9 here in Southwest Missouri, and the name here is Larry, Lima Alpha Radio Yankee.
Hey, okay, Larry, fine business. You got operator Rick here aboard the USS Iowa. 59 signal for you.
Roger, Rick. 73.
Okay, 73 to you. Anybody else for the microphone here? Okay.
We're ready to go.
We're going to take a break for a second. The crew needs to make a move, and I'm holding up about 20 people. NI-6BB will be back on in a few minutes.
This cone and cage, it depends on who you want to.
30 feet tall?
It's from there to there. 1 cubit, I don't know. I don't have my yo-yo. All right, if you look up the side, you see the helix going all the way up to the top.
Oh, yeah.
You also see this box down here on the bottom.
Yeah.
There's a coax going into that.
Yeah.
The helix that goes into that matching network, part of which is, if you remember your B&W antennas, the broadband antennas where they have a 50 ohm match in it, part of these are broadbanded by using a resistor.
Yeah.
So
That's
I mean,
good broadbanding device.
That's the way they do it. So when you feed the bottom skirt, that gives us a 4 to 12. When you go up and you feed, basically think of it, the center of your coax or helix is up on the spikes. That works against the skirt. That is the disc cone, and the bottom is the cage. So that's 2 antennas. And you got to understand that when that goes down the transmitter room, the high-powered couplers can reject a kilowatt. So you have, and what you saw in the receiver room, every one of those receivers before it sees an antenna is going through a coupler. And so you've got, in addition to the rejection that the receiver has, that coupler adds probably another 60 dB of rejection for adjacent frequency because you're zeroing it in on just a fine. So you can have, I can have 3 or 4 1 kilowatt transmitters on the same antenna on the same time.
Can you drive? You drive the upper part and the lower part separately too?
Yes. Yeah. There's 2 helixes going down the transmitter room, and the couplers down there. The couplers for the transmitters are about. It's not like a little MFJ roller ductor. It's a lot fancier than that. It's probably almost 19 by 24 by 19 deep each auto coupler. So on the forward side of the transmitter room are the auto couplers, the aft side of the transmitter room are all these KW transmitters, and there's some of the VHF, UHF gears down there too. Some of it's missing, but all of the HF gears pretty much there.
Auto couplers is not so fine in them.
No, you do. Well, not unless you got it by 150
Awesome.
and the little tiny LDG. The 35-foot whips, the 2 of them here, are typically in the business known as whiskers. and you see that there's one feed-through insulator in the middle.
Yeah.
Those can be used as transmitter antennas. However, they will not be here because those people are too close, and there's this sphincter factor of a rad has. Even though, why? Because at some time in the future we'll have a patch bay down below where we can hook our little puny 100-watt rigs and flip a couple of cables, and we'll be having the kilowatt ships gear too.
Okay.
So the whiskers are only going to be used for receive antennas. And those right now go down in and they're tied into the receivers we're working on in FACON, where Dave was showing you. Okay, if you look up on the yards, the gray antennas, we have no coax to those. All that stuff's gone away. The port yard upper, you see the little skinny black stick? That is the antenna, and it's not military original. That is the antenna that was donated by Gordon West. That's tied to the digipeater. So up in that part of the mast at level 10 is a Mars digipeater, and the digipeater is on a military frequency. And that's available 24/7, and it's on UPS. So they have that as a backup. They have a digipeater on here. They have one in PV. They can go all the way from San Diego to Wainimi with a digipeater like for Mars.
Is that an SPS 10 antenna?
Do not know, sir. 49's the one that's turning, and that's just a, security when you get to the fantail if you need anything else from us, and they'll get a hold of us in the radio. We'll come up and meet with you again, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right.
When do we
Thank
eat?
you.
Thanks.
When do we eat? You've been saying that for the last 3 hours.
What do you on each side, please? What do you on each side? You're both on the same side now. What do you on each side?
We'll catch you.
I want to see how you do that. I'm thinking of getting one of those for the car.
Yours?
Huh?
One more step.
I want a dash cam.
Okay.
I think you're one of the best dash cams out there.
Now you gotta go back up. This way. Beverly Hills City is young, is parked down here somewhere.
What, in the shade or the sun?
Go away again.
I'm not going to join you a bunch of.
Are you authorized to go over that?
They were going to sink that ship. So they were shooting shells this size. They fired the shell hit right there and just bounced off. Because you remember the steel here is 7 inches thick on this side.
Did they turn around and start running?
No, they didn't. The only thing that happened is the captain came on the PA and said, "Get the sweepers out, get that thing off the deck."
And he probably went, nah, 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 nah. Betcha.
Blown away.
Interesting.
A lot of times your target might be too close for the radar to get an accurate reading. That's where these things come in. Now there's one on this side and one on the other side, and it's like a pair of binoculars. What happens is the image comes in here, and there's a guy sitting in here with prisms and mirrors and all sorts of stuff. You'll remember the terrible accident that happened here.
Oh yeah.
They were down in Puerto Rico, the ship was down in Puerto Rico, and they were doing target practice. They were loading up gun number 2 in this turret. This was where he would have his staff meetings. He has a galley through the sliding doors there. He can have private dinners. He could meet VIPs. In 1942, I think I have the year right. President 43. President Roosevelt had to go over to Africa to meet with Churchill and Stalin. It was the first meeting of the big three. They said, how are we going to get the president over there? And they were kind of leery about airplanes because stuff can happen. This was the fastest, most heavily armored ship on the water at the time. They said the president will be safe on here. So for about, I think, 8 days going over and about 10 days coming back, this became the presidential suite. Now, you know, I look at this and I look at Air Force One. This is definitely the low-rent presidential suite. Now, when President Roosevelt came on board, because of his polio, he couldn't walk, he couldn't stand up. Accommodations we had to make for him, if you'll notice, the hatchways here and out to the hallways there, the hatchways have been cut flush to the deck so his wheelchair could go through. One of the other accommodations they had to make because he couldn't stand up to use the shower is just before he came on board, they installed a custom-made bathtub in the captain's quarters. When the president left, the captain says, that stays. This may not have happened, as I'm saying. We found this one downstairs. But for those of you interested in interior decor, all of the furniture, except for the couches out there, we think those are like 1980s IKEA. All the rest of the furniture is the original 1943 furnishings.
IWS, Seawind. I've been on a lot of ships with the Seawind. It's an anti-aircraft gun, Daddy. Right. No, it's an anti-missile gun, Mom. Okay. Missile was the word. Thank you for the aircraft gets that close, you're in trouble. Yeah, that's true.
Are we going up now?
Yeah.
You're leaving the pad. I go so fast I don't know.
Watch your heads on this first
yeah.
thing.
Okay, yeah. Watch your head. Going up it's not too bad, but coming down is when everybody forgets and gets their head.
Yes.
Downstairs there was one of these on an angle. I would expect it to be.
Right.
But down there was up in the wall. Front flight down. This obviously wasn't a
You always want to protect
compass.
the guys that are driving the ship. So you'll notice that this compartment is well protected. You don't want to lose the wheelhouse crew. The walls of this compartment are 18 inches thick, solid steel. Doors close, and all the officers that are up here on the navigation bridge and the captain, they all go down one deck to the combat center, because down there the entire area is protected with 12 inches of steel.
Wow.
Amazing. So the ship, that's why the ship is
18 inches
And
thick.
since you guys
Amazing.
know all about electricity, people always ask,
Guy's
there's
waiting
no
on you.
windows in there. You know, how did the guys steering the ship see to know where they were going? The guys in the wheelhouse didn't know where they were going. They didn't want to know where they were going. The ship is driven by telephone. The crew, the quartermaster is there at the wheel. Phone rings. He picks it up. Says, "This is the captain. Turn right." He says, "Aye, sir." And he stays turning right until the phone rings again. Says, "This is the captain. Stop steering right." "Aye, sir." And comes back.
Wow.
The guys in there were making $35 a month. Now, I wouldn't want to trust this ship to guys making $35 a month. So that's why they let the captain figure out.
And that's what I made when I was on board the ship, 35. Is that what you made or what they paid you? I worked a little harder than that, but
Target
thanks to the taxpayers, that's what I got paid. That would get me drunk about twice, and then I'd have to go borrow money.
Up here, we're going to take. They're hermetically sealed so that the salt air won't get to them. When you fire one of those off, the rocket blows the back end off, the nose takes the front end out.